protest. Tinubu begs Nigerians.
Thank you, Sheriff. Okay, so this of course is ongoing, and I'm glad about what I'm reading in the papers today, that the president has acknowledged that there's a problem. Impliedly, that is by indication, he has acknowledged the right of people to protest peacefully and lawfully, and is now reacting by begging them and asking them that, look, we're trying so hard to solve some of the problems that have plagued us, as it were. That's what the president is saying, as against what some of his SSAs are saying. There is a need for President Tinubu to take hold of this government, especially as regards the rhetoric that comes out. It's not nice for us to see disjointed reactions. And bearing in mind, there's the SSA by Ononuga and another younger person, SSA, I think his name is Tunde. Tunde said something, I think his name is Tunde, correct me if I'm wrong. He said something to the effect that, those who are pro-Tinubu themselves also have the right to demonstrate at this time to show support for the government. Nothing has been so infantile in my mind. So you want two demonstrators with different views to clash? Is that what you actually want? And of course, I don't think the president would have agreed to that. It's not about showing solidarity to the government. It's about people wanting to express themselves because of the hardship that has been inflicted on them, rightly or wrongly, by the government. So I'm glad the president is coming with this kind of mindset. Already here, the Punch says that there's going to be a full-scale meeting today. A circular from the Permanent Secretary's Office of Cabinet Affairs says that I'm directed to invite you to attend the meeting with Secretary to the government of the. This one is to the. Okay, that's a circular.
SGF, yeah.
That's from the SGF. But anyway, there is a meeting today, and the president has said that that Nigerians should plead with him. The Minister for Orientation, Idris, says that on the issue of the planned protest, Mr. President does not see any need for that. Okay, he doesn't see the need for it. And he asked them to shelve that plan and has asked them to await the government's response to all their pleas. I think that by now the response to the pleas, should be out to preempt the demonstration or whatever you might call it. And they make some points here. They say that, for example, you saw that the government has approved grains and rice for state governments. It was delivered to them expeditiously also. And said, like I said the other time, it is just the necessary first step. The government is going to continue in that direction, supporting them and ensuring that whatever interventions the federal government has put in place go to those who should benefit. We know this is a wasted effort. Anything palliatives, direct this or that is a wasted effort. It would never, it's not enough to go around, and it will never be equitably distributed. Indeed, there's a video that made the rounds of some palliative that was sent somewhere in Ekiti. I don't know where you can find that video. If you go to some Facebook pages, you might find it to see, to see what exactly we are talking about. Anyway, the president lists some of the things that they are trying to do here. I'm trying to rush through all this, and the Inspector General has also warned that he says that I want to seize this opportunity to sound the note of warning to hoodlums who may want to take laws into their hands in the name of protest. He didn't say don't protest. He says we have mapped out plans to ensure that no individual or group succeeds in fostering a reign of terror and anarchy. Okay, and he says, then he now talks specifically about hoodlums. And he even says that the force acknowledges the right to peaceful protest as enshrined in the Constitution, but we must ensure that these protests do not snowball into violence or disorder. One of the reactions that might satisfy people temporarily, apart from all these little things you're doing, is for the government to set an example to align themselves with the sympathy, to align themselves in sympathy with the plight of the people, all the way down to state governors wearing expensive wristwatch, these obas, traditional rulers, driving expensive cars. By now, the president should have sent a word out that now everybody needs to go on what you would call, and I think we had it before, it was called low profile. You understand? Obasanjo did it. He started by, he dropped his Mercedes and, with 504, and he went all the way down the line. But if you go to the social media, what you see is different. And to be honest with you, the politicians and the obas and traditional rulers and religious leaders, they have their leg in the same shoe. So by now, the president should have sent a word round that try and identify, because there is nothing the government will do immediately now to solve this problem. It's not going to be done overnight. Minimum 30 days. The idea of wanting to share food to people, that's not the issue. You need to do something that is more enduring. The National Assembly should also show good example and make a proper sacrifice. It's not about saying that, we cut our salaries and then when we add it all up, it's just about 800. That's not what we're talking about. Allowances. If you don't do it gently, you might be forced to do it, like it happened in Kenya. By now, the president should sack his cabinet, remove those who are not effective, and those who are making a mickey of this government by their utterances and their actions, and reinvigorate the cabinet in a way that will give people confidence that, something new is coming. It definitely cannot be business as usual. It cannot be. The Daily Trust also reports it, and reports this issue, and it says, Sheriff protest, Tinubu begs Nigerians. And the IGP says, violent, he keeps talking about violence. Say, violent protest ill-advised. And the article says, citizens have constitutional right to complain. By the way, there's a photograph in all the front pages, and it shows that the Gabon, the president of Gabon has invited Dangote to come and invest in their country. After Nestle and all these people move, wouldn't it be a shame if you heard tomorrow that Aliko Dangote moved one of his businesses, or 2 or 3 or 4, as the case may be, to Gabon or Angola or some other countries? That's just an aside. So that's where we are today. If you go through the social media, I can see some determination that something might just happen. We don't know in what manner it will happen. It might not, you see, I keep saying it might not necessarily be meeting in a place like Lekki or whatever. It could be, and that's one that is the most fearful. It could be pockets all over, pockets all over. Because at that point, you'll be surprised the caliber of people that will join, and what it might turn to. Before you know it, you're beginning to have warlords in certain areas, and I also fear that it could also lead, not necessarily to violence, but it could, because of the nature of the hunger and whatever, it could lead to looting. I beg a lot of people who supposedly maybe are supporters in government, and you have them on Twitter and in the social media space, to stop stoking this fire by virtually making fun of the average Nigerian who is almost down and out. Because you are privileged, you shouldn't now rub it in. The president needs to call his supporters to order. And that is because of this idea that have been planted by the SSA, who said that, it was Obi people who lost these things have implications. What I saw in the social media yesterday disgusted me completely. Where young people were making remarks that were completely insensitive and senseless. So that's where we are as at this morning. I don't know what was the date that was put. Was it the 24th? Today is the 26th, I think, or the 1st of August for the protest.
I think it's 1st of August.
1st of August.